Hey, how's it going, guys? And welcome back to another Stock Kings YouTube video. And today we'll be going over High Tide Inc., ticker symbol HITIF. Now, we have some pretty significant news here affecting High Tide as they have just announced a new filing with the SEC. And we also have a huge catalyst in the upcoming weeks that if you are interested in High Tide, you are definitely going to want to know about. So we'll be going over those two things in a little bit later in this video, and we'll also be going over my technical analysis as well as some price targets and some supports and resistances that I think you guys could use if you are trading on High Tide. Now, before we get into any of that, if you guys enjoy this content, please drop a like, subscribe to this channel, turn on post notifications so you know whenever we come out with a new video. I really appreciate all the support on this channel. Thank you guys so much for that. And I also have my Instagram link down below if you'd be interested in following that. Post new details about this channel daily. So if you want to keep more up to date with what's going on with this channel, please follow that as well. But let's get right into this daily chart here on High Tide. Taking a look at past price action, we can see we have a pretty strong bounce off this 50 EMA line where we just continue to skyrocket up. We have huge volatile candles here on High Tide. So if you are interested in trading High Tide, please be very, very careful. As you can see, a lot of volatility on this stock. However, we do come up to all-time highs here at around 90 cents. And then we come back down trading to about a low of around 43 cents. So if you caught any shares in this area, good for you. You are definitely looking at some profits as we have now come up and are trading at around the 70 cents area. It seems as though we are kind of consolidating, kind of going in a bullish trend, which is a very good sign as everything else in the market seems to be going down at the moment. So High Tide is looking very, very strong. We are still well above the 50 EMA and the 200 EMA. However, here on our RSI indicator, we are showing a little overbought area here coming up into this overbought area. So let's get right into this news. We have this SEC filing that High Tide has announced. We have here that they have announced the filing of the Form 40F with the SEC, fulfilling a significant milestone for the Nasdaq listing. So High Tide has filed this Form 40F, telling the SEC that they want to be on the Nasdaq and to be able to be traded on the Nasdaq. So currently, High Tide is traded on the OTC markets. So if you are interested in trading on High Tide for right now, you will have to have access to those OTC markets with your broker. So right here we have High Tide, a retail-focused flower corporation enhanced by the manufacturing and distributing of accessories, is pleased to announce that it has filed a Form 40F registration statement with the United States Security and Exchange Commission, the SEC, fulfilling a significant milestone in the process for High Tide to list its common shares on the Nasdaq stock market. A copy of the Form 40F is available on the High Tide website, so if you want to check it out, you can go there. We also have some words about this coming from the CEO, Raj Grover. We were the first Canadian flower retailer to pursue this prestigious listing on the Nasdaq, and we believe it will allow us to greatly expand our shareholder base, enhance shareholder value, and accelerate our already aggressive M&A, mergers and acquisitions initiatives in Canada, Europe, and the United States. So this is definitely big news for High Tide, as it just definitely shows that they're trying to grow the company and get more investors involved in this company. And then they're going to use that to accelerate their aggressive mergers and acquisitions. They are already looking to get some acquisitions, especially in the United States for accessories, but they're also looking to expand themselves in Canada, which they are located, as well as in some European markets. We see a lot of legalization news coming from Europe, as well as the United States. Is a lot of big news, especially with the Democrats taking the power of the U.S. government. This is very bullish for legalization in the U.S. and could definitely help High Tide moving forward. And also from Raj Grover, who is the CEO of High Tide. We are currently in several discussions with potential acquisition targets in these jurisdictions and look forward to updating the market soon. So that is great news. I'm not sure when we will get these updates, but it's definitely looking like they are making a lot of progress on these acquisitions. We also have here the listing of the company's common shares on the Nasdaq remains subject to the approval from the Nasdaq and the satisfaction of all applicable listing and regulatory requirements, including the effectiveness of the Form 40F. So we don't have an exact date, obviously, when they will be able to be traded on the Nasdaq or if they will be at all. So this just remains subject to approval from the Nasdaq and High Tide kind of going through all of these regulatory requirements, but they have made a huge step completing this Form 40F to get this process started. So for now, obviously, High Tide's common shares will be traded to continue to be traded on the OTC markets under the ticker symbol HITIF until Nasdaq approval and up listing. High Tide's common shares will continue to trade on the TSX, which is the Toronto market, under the ticker symbol HITI post Nasdaq up listing. There can be no assurance, however, that Nasdaq approval will be received. But the big kind of catalyst that I wanted to talk about as well for HITF, if you are interested in them, is their release of their first quarter in 2021 financial results. So this is going to be huge and definitely going to affect the stock price. So it's a date you are going to want to put on your calendar and make sure you are aware of as it is coming up. So the company will release its financial and operational results for the quarter ended January 31st, 2021 after market close on April 1st, 2021. So this is the date that you guys are definitely going to want to be aware about. If you are an investor in HITIF, this is the date that their first quarter and full year financial results, or their first quarter 2021 financial results will be coming out. So be very aware of this date moving forward, as there will be a lot of volatility. And we talk about earnings releases a lot on this channel. We always say that this does not mean good earnings results will send this stock up, as a lot of people like to sell the news. So be aware of that. Expect, if there is going to be good news from these results, expect a run up in stock price, and after it is released the next day, expect a sell off. So if you are just trading this stock on the short term, I recommend do not be in this stock during this time. However, if you are in it for the long run, you are going to be willing to kind of go through this little sell-off. However, I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Everything I say on this channel is educational and entertainment purposes only. So please do your own diligence and trade based off of your own opinions. But let's get right back into this chart here on HITIF. We have here on the daily, we'll be looking for some more long-term plays here. But we've formed some pretty good supports here. As you can see, we really respect the support. We have a lot of empty wicks going past it, and we also have the 50 EMA right here as well. As another support that we have just broken is right here. As you can see, we have a lot of candles really respecting this range, especially the recent price action, and then we have a recent break above. And then the resistance that I really like in this area is right here, as we have price respecting it here, as well as the current wick respecting it as well on the daily. And for our next resistance would be this kind of top of the range here at 85 cents. So we have resistances above at 73 cents as well as 85 cents, and then supports at 66 as well as 53. So these are the kind of the key areas that I want you to be aware of as a long-term investor. Be looking to break above the 73-cent range and go up into the 85-cent range, and then obviously anything above that we do not have past price action to make any support and resistance lines. However, I would make sure you guys are taking partial profits at these times. But if you are looking to make more short-term trades, we can look here at the 30-minute. Obviously, price definitely wicked up into this range, and we have past price action also going up into this range as well. So that's a pretty strong support or resistance in this area. And I would also like to draw up a resistance here based on 30-minute price action. You can see price definitely resisted in this area. And then we have more support probably here based on this respecting it as a resistance, and we have a break above, which then creates this as a support. We also have a support here as well. So just kind of zooming in so you guys can get a better look at this. I would expect for price today to test this support again, and we'll either get a break below or it will reject off of this support and continue up higher to our next resistance line. So this is what we'll be kind of looking at for today. If we do get a rejection off the support, you'll be initiate a buy order here, taking our first price target to here, which is our resistance line, and then you will have stops just below support, just in case. So if price does then continue to go down to retest the support and then break through below, you will be taken out of the trade completely, as we will then expect it to continue down to our next support line here at 67 cents. But if things do go our way, we continue up to our next resistance line, you'll be taking your first partial profit here at 71 cents. Reducing your position, reducing risk. You will then be moving, to your next partial profit, your next resistance line here at 73 cents. You will then have your price would be here at your next, if I can move this. Sorry about that, guys, a little technical difficulty there, but you will be moving price. Our price will be moving up to our next resistance here. And then we have a massive, massive stop loss at this time. So to reduce this risk, because if price does decide to continue back down, we will be able to be taken out at a loss at this time. So we will be trailing our stop loss and ensuring our gains by moving this up. You can either use a percentage of your position, or you can use candle structure. I prefer candle structure, but then that is totally up to you. And then you'll be continuing this kind of pattern to meet your next resistance lines as well, or however long you think this stock will continue up. But that is all the information that I had for you guys today on High Tide, ticker symbol HITIF. So if you found value in this video, please drop a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you know whenever we come out with new videos. And I also have my Instagram link down below if you would be interested in following that. But as always, guys, have an excellent day, get some gains in the market, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.